One in the studio with me, I have a very young person who, at a first glance, you would think maybe he's a rapper, a footballer, maybe he's just a gangster somewhere. But in having a conversation with him, you will realize that it's not always about the rapping. It is not the judgment of the cover of the book. It is what lies within that matters the most. Now, I have an author of the book titled When Words Fail. It's a compilation of poems. And this person is a writer, an author, a screenwriter, a poet, a songwriter. Oh, wow, a whole lot to him. His name is Klynic. Akwarandu. Did I get that right? And his pen name is Klynic. His pen name is Klynic. All right. Good morning, Klynic.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Oh no. So why do you look? Let's know. Why do you look?
So I've always had a thing for long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I kept afro for a long time in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I felt it was long enough, I decided to just let it fall.
So why are you so soft? Like the way you sound, the way you act, and the way you dress is so, miles apart. Why are you so soft and so sweet?
Okay. So like you said,
And you're really explaining why you're sweet. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see the explanation. Why are you so sweet?
I'm not sure it's something you can actually explain. It comes with a package.
It comes with the package, right?
Yeah.
I know, such a thing. Oh, let's talk about the book titled When Words Fail. How did you get to that point?
Okay, so I find myself in situations where I get to talk to a lot of people, yeah, and I've seen movies, I've seen people in places where they really want to say something, but they just can't find the words, yeah. So I decided to put together this body of work.
Okay.
The idea is it covers love, relationship, nature, religion, like love more especially, basically, because
You look like a lover boy, actually. I know.
moving on.
To some other things. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
so the idea is this, yeah. Inside this poem, inside the book, basically, you would find that particular poem that would really express whatever it is you have in your head before
Okay.
you go through from first poem to the very last one. It's always that single poem that speaks
Speaks
to
to
you.
you.
Yeah, exactly. So when words fail, turn the pages of the book and just find that one poem that would help fill in the blank.
So what was inspiration to put all these poems together?
Poetry, like we know it growing up, have always been thou shalt, all the King James kind of speaking of English, yeah. So I decided to come up with something that is closer to home. You know, when we hear poetry, we think of run-on lines and verses and stanzas and the rest of them. But I wanted something that could feel like you're talking to someone. Okay, so I decided to come up with When Words Fail. That was just...
All right, so I've listened to quite a number of writers or poets, and especially homegrown poets.
Okay.
And sometimes I think they're rather talking something than actually, going through. When we were growing up, I did a lot. I love poetry. I did poetry in school,
Okay.
and when I listen to poetry now, and I listen to poetry like the J.P. Clarks and all that, they're taking their time to write a poetry. There is this synchronization of each of the stanzas, and we lose that in our present day young people. So I get a poem that has four stanzas, and each of the stanza has say 4 lines, and the only thing that corresponds at the last line will be now wait to make we day here. In next now wait to make we day here. And you now try to put them together and it makes no sense. It's not a poem I really want to read.
Okay.
So what is the difference between this poem I'm trying to explain and the ones you have written?
Okay, so basically, poetry is an art. Okay, and I believe that if you're not communicating a message when you're writing, or if you're not getting a message out of a poem you're reading, you've missed it. Okay, now what many poets do these days is, in the sense to fulfill what you just said, having A, B, B, C, C, they just say whatever they can and find a word that ends and just fix it there. Okay, but in poetry, we have what we call prose writing,
Okay.
where you just have the first line run into the second line, into the third line. Okay, so I apply more of that.
Prose writing.
Although in the book you would find your AA, BB, and I mean I have to still keep true to the origins of poetry.
Yeah, that's the thing. The origins of poetry.
True.
And it's important. Okay, so outside this, what else are we expecting from you again?
Okay, so sometime last year I released my very first full-length novel
Okay.
called Besotted.
I'd love to read it. Did you send that to me?
No,
you didn't.
No,
I know you
it
sent me a link of some books I've been reading.
Yes.
I've actually read like 3 books there already.
from Wattpad.
Yes, I have.
Oh my god!
Really, I read books and they're interesting.
Thank you.
Really. I'm on one right now that I think I should finish this week.
Okay.
And it's easy because it's like holding my phone and just going
yeah.
through and just going from
Yeah.
chapter to chapter. Yeah, so it's quite easy.
So I'm working on a new book.
Okay.
This year, first quarter of this year should be out, and this time around I want to do hard copy.
Okay.
So I've been doing more of e-copies.
Okay.
And a lot of my readers, they're asking they want the hard copy because most of them are not in.
I need all the e-copies before you start doing hard copies, please. E-copies seems to be easier. I don't my hard copies to read your e-copies. Could you imagine that?
Oh wow! Thank you. So I'll send them to you.
Okay,
Maybe,
please.
yeah. So the book will be out before July.
Okay.
It will be out. Yeah.
Okay. So we're expecting more from you.
Exactly.
All right. So for us to get this new compilations of poems, how do we get them?
Okay. So if you go to my Instagram,
Okay.
Klynic _ KLYNIC _ on my bio, you would see a link to just get a copy of your book via
Okay.
Paystack. It's
Okay.
just 1,750 naira.
Okay.
Yeah.
8,750 naira. So you go
8,750.
to your link. Well, so if you stay tuned on the program this week, I know we're giving out a free book, right?
Yeah.
I know, we're good like that. And I really want to be part and parcel of this. So I have one thing to say to you.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times young people get derailed. And unfortunately, we're in a society that do not support, the drive or the talents of young people. Unfortunately, we're in a society where young people are seen differently from what they should be as talents. And it could be hard. It is hard. But never give up. So, my dad used to say something, saying, despite all the badness of the world, never allow the bad to make you a bad person.
Okay.
Remain the good.
Okay.
That is just it. It's a one-liner for you.
Thank you.
And I hope to see more things for you. Last words before we go to say goodbyes.
If I'm not your favorite writer, I don't know what you're waiting for.
In your mind.
So just Google Klynic and have a taste of all my works.
Klynic is spelled how?
KLYNIC.
Why Klynic? How did it get there?
So I feel my words are therapeutic.
Okay.
So from my blog, the Klynic, to my pen name, and it just rubs off on.
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
All right. That's Klynic. And of course, he has a new book. It's an ebook. And it's titled When Was Failed, a compilation of over 50 poems. Thank you so much for dropping that by. And I hope to have more conversation with you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, do not touch it down. Stay tuned. More songs coming your way. This time around, I have Megan Trainor saying, no way. Enjoy the music.